Ross Solomon!
Greetings YouTube, welcome to 0AD Newbie Rush. I'm Jim Kogan. It's 1v1 midweek duel time again. We are on the Syria normal size map. I don't think we've ever covered this one on the show, which is pretty cool. We got two interesting players. I've definitely seen the second player before, but first player here in the north in the green is Zoldyck, rating of 1131, so in the kind of newbie type territory. Not that ratings can mean a lot in this game. You get players who've done nothing but team games who are very capable but don't have a rating to go with it, so you know, could be a dark horse. We shall see. Zoldyck playing as the Ptolemies in the desert civ. Will that play into their hands? Do they know how to play with the Ptolemies? Do they know how to play against their opponents, the Romans? Down in the south, this is Warphase, who I'm pretty sure I've covered before. I think they may have submitted a game previously. This is Warphase, rating 1379. As I said, Romans. Kind of, what would you say, the Swiss Army Civ. They've got a bit of everything. A little bit slow in development, but not slow as like the Iberians. But they've got all of the weapons, and immediately Warphase has gone in a big way for cavalry. And we can see a lone cavalry scout here going to check out what Zoldyck is up to. And will this be early kills, or is this just a voyage of discovery? The fact that there are 6 cav units mean there's bound to be some hassle quite early on. Ignoring the women collecting berries, but he's going to get at least 1 kill there. It's put him right in the target for the CC. That's half his health gone. But as we are watching that, there are more horses coming in. So this is obviously Warphase's tactic here, is to get an early advantage. Has forsaken numbers for cav, but is now going to try and make those cav count. And it's all soft targets here. 12 women, 5 horses equals a few victims before any of them get shot down by the CC. No losses yet for Warphase, 6 kills. And on the other side comes in again after the, nearly lost that one. Yeah, 6 kills for no losses. Some horses there, up to 10 cav now. So this is basically Warphase's tactic, isn't it? It's go mad for the cav. There's some spearmen coming in to give chase, followed by, what have we got? Skirmishes, slingers. And the women come back out, but they're surrounded on quite a few sides, and they're just going to keep alternating, aren't they? So they can't gather the food. 7 losses now for Zoldyck. You can't really even focus on the build orders. Fairly typical 8 kills now, and looks like they could get another one before she goes to the CC. Just about. 9 kills. There we go. So 10. Sooner or later, one of these cav is going down, isn't it? There's a few. There's that one there. Look at that. Yeah, there he goes. He's dead. So 10-1 kill death ratio at the moment for Warphase. And is that the end of this phase of the attack? He's still in deficit in terms of population. But you would have to say it's certainly it's I wouldn't say Zoldyck has really panicked. He's kept it together. A new player would probably have crumbled under that kind of pressure and kept putting troops in harm's way. Loss of 10 could have been worse. There are individual infantry coming out of the CC at the moment. Probably needs to be making women, although he's got more women than Warphase. Idle troops over here. I know they're keeping watch, but you want them moving. I think that is the end of cav for Warphase for the minute. I think they're probably, are they going back out there, or are they going to go do some hunting? It's hunting, so we have a breather. We can actually look at how they're doing. So very dramatic start. All of that in the first 5 minutes. Very cool. Let's look at what Zoldyck is actually doing then. So, hasn't got any of the farming upgrades, has gone straight into farming, doesn't appear to have gone in for hunting in much of a way there. I think that one is that one carrying food now? Yeah. Has got a lone cav unit that is just herded a camel into the CC. It's got some people building houses, has fields on the go, and has started mining incredibly early. All the wood being gathered here by 10 women. And I'm noticing, yeah, Warface has still got 9 cav. They're hunting all of the food sort of areas that are just outside of Zoldyck's territory. What's coming out the CC? It's women one at a time. A little bit light on food at the moment. If we look at the production queues and we look at the numbers, there appear to be considerably more being produced now by Warface. He's only 1 behind. So, yeah, whose position would you rather be in? Let's have a look at Warphase's setup. So, Warphase producing 5 women at the moment, gathering wood near the CC. Fields already going down. Any upgrades? No upgrades taken, no farmstead at all. So no farming or gathering upgrades. Absolutely 0 upgrades all round. The big difference obviously is that 9 in the cav column and the 10 in the death column, all for the loss of just 1. And yeah, this is getting awful close. I thought they were going to take out that cavalryman for a second there. That would definitely mess up Zoldyck's plans. Maybe he didn't know how many he had. He's got 9 cav. Admittedly, some are literally at death's door. But taking out Zoldyck's 1 cav, that's obviously quite instrumental to his food strategy at this stage. That could be a problem if they'd have took him out. There is cav going back to where this area is. They're going to be hunting the same area. So that could be contentious, but Zoldyck's playing smart. He's herding the camels back closer to his base, and then it's a short hop to get the food sorted. We are 48 place 49. Warface has moved into the population lead. It's all women though. 33 for Zoldyck, 32 for Warface. As Zoldyck presses the button on going to phase 2, it's an early phasing up, stockpiling the metal and the stone, keeping the food and the wood just ticking over. They both are really. So whether that early hassle from Warface will prove decisive or not, I simply don't know. I think Warface has gone along at a fair old speed. Would he have been ahead just with development on his own if he'd have gone for an eco boom? Would he be having an easier time with this? As a result, they're both off the mark in terms of the timings. You would expect populations to be 70, 80 at this stage, maybe 80 plus if it's one of the faster booming eco players. Where are these guys going? Are they going to try and chase the soldiers away? Chase the cav away? This could be military colony, possibly. They've got enough resources for that. They're certainly getting shot of the horses. They're not welcome here. They're weak as well. So, yeah, military colony would be an interesting option. Are they looking for a good wood line? This map is notoriously light on decent wood gathering opportunities. You have to go for these big clumps of trees. It's fanning out just to see what there is, wanting Warface not to come marauding into his territory much. But while these guys are here, we've got 3 on each side. Is this a counter-attack? We got 18 troops on the move, more behind as well. A couple standing guard. I don't know if this is the best use of their time. All of this time, Warface is pulling in front in terms of population. Where are they going to go and what are they planning to do? They've fanned out into groups of 3 slingers on the flanks and spearmen in the middle. They're combining a bit. Are they actually going to make an aggressive move? And they've got smaller groups behind. all the time though, not a lot happening back at home. They're gonna be, well, they've got stockpiles of wood. Is he looking to try and, oh, this is interesting. He's going for a military colony right on Warphase's border. So high risk, certainly high aggression. This is quite a move, you gotta say. Warphase completely unaware of that. Is he gonna steal a march? It's quite an aggressive building to have right on your doorstep. He's made it to phase 2 already. Any phase 2 buildings going down? No more storehouses. So it's questionable. It's interesting. It is an incredibly aggressive move. He's got his camel over here, which is very close to death, but keeping an eye. And that military colony is going up now. So Warface will be aware of the line. Let's have a look, see what he is aware of. Yeah, he's aware of that line, and he will now be aware of infantry coming in. What has he got to contest that? He's got 20 infantry there. Here we have, yeah, so 24 infantry up against him. So outnumbered. He's not going to get that barracks. That's been fully garrisoned. Puts a tower up here. That immediately puts Warphase under quite a bit of pressure. The cav are back out. So they're not going to be outnumbered now. Huge population deficit though. 94 for Warphase. And more infantry and more cav. So is this too premature? Should he have focused on eco? I think Zoldyck may have overcommitted himself. Building a storehouse there. Hoping to get a few cheap kills, maybe inflict damage and weaken anything coming out of the CC. At the moment it's just two towers shooting at each other really, and yeah, it's interesting. Women coming out of the that military colony. He is gaining on him a little bit. 76 plays 98. Warphase pop capped at 98 at the moment. Still in phase 1, but second barracks down. Needs houses. The cav are going back in. They have rightly suspected that perhaps the home front is a little bit neglected. Indeed, there is a handful of infantry there mining, but other than that, everything else is female citizens. You've got female citizens all over the fields. And all of them gathering wood over there. Kills are plenty. 16 now plays 4. $18, $20, $21. There is infantry there to chase them away. 12 minutes 39 in. What's going on down here? Little incursions by Zoldyck now. They are not going to capture these towers.
Yeah, see?
What are they building there? Houses, line of houses. But all the time losing infrastructure back at home. They didn't manage to garrison the women. It was a bit of an execution. 35 kills, plays 5. Population down to 69. Playing against 117. Outnumbered on all metrics. And Warphase has now got to phase 2. What was Zoldyck's plan? I'm not certain. So the cav are falling a bit now. There they go. So they are dead. I think we're looking at a straight eco game now. That is a market going down. Dangerous to be putting your phase 2 buildings so close to your front line. It's not ideal. These houses being built here, they're going to start taking fire from... Oh, looks like somebody's fallen foul of some wildlife somewhere. Interesting. No upgrades at all by either player. It's not been one for the upgrades. Nobody's got barracks down yet either, so no military upgrades happening. Oh, it's a lion, that's what it is. There we go. So yeah, a lion has strayed into Warphase's territory. It's a bit unfortunate. Obviously being shot up by the CC, so he won't last long. Dead lion. The lion sleeps tonight and for all eternity. There we go, dead lion. I think there are more lions somewhere. Oh no, it's camels. No, lots of lions. It's like Lion Watch today. But, so all the shooting at the moment is just static defences, towers. They're able to shoot into the fields here. Not really causing any material damage. I think we could be in for a long eco bit, but if I was hazarding my bets here, I would forever go for numbers. I think 137 beats 91, especially with no upgrades, and Cav going out again, and you can almost guarantee, unless Warface is a bit short of food, but he's going to be looking for easy targets again, isn't he? There are not a lot of women left now. I don't know how many easy targets he's gonna find with 7 Cav, but it's interesting. We're still waiting for Zoldyck to make some kind of an aggressive attacking move. He's made aggressive gestures. Another barracks going up. Who's got all the barracks? Let's have a look. So, military colony, temple gone up for war phase. Just keeping an eye, see what these guys are doing. They're trying to capture houses. Very slowly, but they're going to get them, I think. 2 barracks for war phase, so higher production of them. He's pop capped at 140 at the moment, and 2 markets for Zoldyck. That's a mistake. You definitely don't need 2 markets in a 1v1. Maybe you want to make traders, I don't know, but hardly anybody ever really does that anymore, so that's curious. What upgrades have we got going on? 2 towers each. Absolutely nothing happening in terms of upgrades. They've got rid of that house, and the slingers come in and the horses retreat. Out come the spearmen, or the pikemen, and we all start again. They're going to have to build another house, but I mean, they've got population capacity. It's Warface who really needs to build lots of houses. What's this over here? Is that going to be a CC? Yes, it is. Right on the edge. Interesting. Okay, so it's a game of brave CC placement. Can he get that up without Zoldyck noticing? I think he can. Zoldyck is not aware of this. None of his units seem to be going that way. What's Zoldyck doing over there? He sent his troops out. I guess they're... Are they scouting, or did they just wander off accidentally? It's difficult to say. Ooh, I think Zoldyck must be aware now. He is. So he's seen the CC going up. It's nearly done. It's over 50% of the way. These guys building a house, there's only 7 of them. They may well die, basically, as a result of this. They're still building it. It's not quite done yet. Troops go in. These are mercenary swordsmen, so they're going to be pretty solid. And the CC's up. That will be shooting at everybody here, and the slaughter carries on. I think Zoldyck's in trouble here. They've got somewhere to run to as well. They are building a tower. They've stopped that for the minute because... Yeah, abandon that one. Decide to put it here where it's going to cause more problems. Zoldyck pulls back completely. Has reached the city phase. Still nobody has decided any upgrades are worth doing. But a huge swathe of encircling territory owned by Warphase now. And if he gets his act together and gets... well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose that's going to be critical. Siege Workshop going down very early from Zoldyck. The Romans have swordsmen. and there are plenty of them there. So unless battering rams are well protected, he'll be able to make them now, but can he actually protect them? What is Warface looking to do? Is he in a position to phase up? Yeah, he is. Has he taken it? He has. So he's decided to phase up from this CC. So he's not far behind and is miles in front in terms of population. Nobody's gone in for blacksmiths, I don't think. Tell a lie, Warface has. Has he got any upgrades happening at the moment? No, he's upgrading his towers. Rams being created from the siege workshop there. Just the singular ram. A lot of women there for Warface. There's some fairly soft targets. The infantry's hovering over here for Zoldyck. They're scouting around. But it's a matchup, but Warface has got the numbers, unfortunately. So there goes the ram. Has he caught Warface cold? They'll have to come round. Some swordsmen come out. These guys being supported by these mercenary skirmishers. That tower is pretty damaged. The cav are out. And scattered fighting happening all over the place. The ram is dead. The tower is in danger of being captured. But that's not going to happen, is it? Big fight in the midst of these towers. And the CC is piling in as well. The cav gets involved. What are we seeing in terms of production? Another ram in the pipeline. Let's hope it fares better than the previous one. There are still a considerable amount of Roman swordsmen in there, which will always make light work of the ram, but that tower could be coming down. There it goes. So the ram has done its job. Out come more mercenaries, mercenary swordsmen, skirmishers. They are trying to support the battering ram. You'd have to say Warface is. Oh, in fact, Warface is building his own siege workshop, so that'll be going down. Where is that getting built? Yeah, down here. So it's going to come in and attack from this side, presumably. A couple of open flanks. These houses never got built. 76 kills, plays 49 at 50 and rising. So a bit of a comeback, but there are more rams available. Yeah, one in reserve. So fully fit rams coming out with infantry support. Only a small amount of infantry here. I think that temple could get denied. More barracks being built. The production queue looks like this at the moment. Zoldyck is out producing Warface, but Warface has the numbers to start with. He has 174, plays the 126. Still got the high kill-death ratio. Are we seeing rams out of this one? Yeah, seeing 2 Roman battering rams. They are considerably tougher than the Ptolemy ones. And the Ptolemy ones are causing a problem. Trying to get a tower up there, but it's a fight against the odds. Still 1 ram, 2 rams in reverse. They both come out. I think they're going to be boxed in, so they might have to go sideways to start trying to take down that CC. They're trying to get through this narrow gap. Don't know if I'd waste my time denying the temple there. Here's danger from the south. There are, what's that, 55 troops trying to capture this tower. Is that enough? There's no hero, there's no upgrades, there's no bonuses. The rams are at the CC and they look unopposed at the moment. In come some skirmishers. They're not going to do anything. We got some couple of odd swordsmen now. Out come a whole load of skirmishers. They really are barely going to make a dent in this thing. There goes to that CC. So down this end, they failed to get the capture as well, but the rams are in there. I was surprised he didn't send them straight forward. That could have been nasty. He's retreating them. They were there. I don't quite understand that. Maybe he wants them to take down the tower. They're really battering that tower. They're going to get the capture now. So now this tower is going to be shooting at Zoldyck. The rams go back in again. They're going to try and take care of this ram. So both lost a ram each. This one is half destroyed. The military colony is barely touched. More rams on the way. More rams. No rams on the way for Zoldyck. Any troops on the way? That's the question. He's losing so much more. No upgrades at all. Nobody's gone in for fortress or will to fight or anything like that. The towers over this side. It's definitely favouring Warface now. Is he going to get a capture? He's beat up that military colony. He can't quite swing it. It's dropping slowly. I think he could have done with the ram causing a bit more damage. He's going to get more people into it. It's not fully garrisoned. If he garrisons it fully now, it's safe and it's going to be shooting a lot of arrows. And Warface is going to have to reconsider this. Yeah, there we go. The ram goes back in. He needs to take that down straight away, but it's all skirmishers. The spearman will cause some damage, but Warface is back to protect it. I think that's 6 easy victims, and then there'll be nobody left in the CC. It'll be ripe for capture. It's gonna get destroyed though. Yeah, he left the ram go. This is getting away from Zoldyck, I think. I never thought he was truly in control of it. He's had a few sort of small victories, but his infrastructure is too weak. It's all female citizens spread over 2 distinct locations. He's got not enough infantry. They are not in the right places at the right times. And yeah, he's pretty much evicted Zoldyck from this area. He's just got a barracks and a tower and a temple with some of his infantry in it. Everything else is surrounded by blue, light blue, and they're retreating. So I think it's backward steps for Zoldyck. His plan has failed, and there are more rams coming in, and Zoldyck has not been able to deal with them. What has he really got to fight back with? He's kind of lost his military colony. He's lost control of his market. He's lost control of his siege workshop. And what little buildings he's got left is going to get taken down by this ram. This is a resigning position for Zoldyck. He chanced his arm. He's sending infantry down, but you know, he's not committing to this. It was a brave move, but he did not have an infrastructure backing it up. And from here, this is a losing position, isn't it? Over 50 the deficit in terms of population, still pop capped at 95. Not showing any resolution to build houses. He's got the wood. I think he wanted to strike a blow, and he just never had the numbers. He's not been out of it in the killing stakes. 148 kills, plays 126, so it's been close. But Warface has always had the numbers as soon as he got his nose in front. And what can he do? I think he's pulling out of... he's trying to keep his buildings desperately. He is making stuff, but he's not making houses. There's an army going over here, but I don't see a long-term strategy. I don't see fortresses, siege workshops, barracks getting put down with enough. I think he's frustrated by the map and the lack of wood lines, and life is going to get a lot more difficult for him now he's conceded all that territory that he had initially grabbed. And population down to 87, being ground down by the numbers, and Zoldyck is gone. So, was it presumptuous trying to make that move early on? Should he have focused more on eco? I mean, in truth, yeah. His Zoldyck's eco was never strong enough to compete with Warface. There wasn't much between them in terms of numbers until Zoldyck started that expansion, and then his productivity, his gathering, his eco, and his strategic advantages were less. Maybe he didn't need to build it quite so close to Warface. Maybe he needed to really build up his forces at that front line to strike a definitive blow. But it was Warface who was more effective at killing people all the way through that game. Finished with 170 kills, kill death ratio of 1.17. Let's see how their populations fared. So you can see, despite the early advantage, which would have been accounted for by Warface making rather a lot of cav, round about the 8-minute mark, I think, 7-8 minutes, it crossed, and Warface was never ever in trouble again from that point onwards. Did take quite a few losses in that military exercise. You could have to say Zoldyck came out of some of those conflicts better. But it's all about the bottom line, and the bottom line in this case was the green line. It was lower all the way from round about 8 minutes until the point that it was clear Warface had far too many troops for him to deal with. Nobody upgraded anything. We got 27 minutes 46 seconds without there being a definitive battle in it. It was you would have to say a victory on points. I think the scores will reflect that quite clearly. 7,228 plays 5,608. So much better eco score, superior military score, and ended up taking over more of the map than Zoldyck. So congratulations to Warface, who submitted that game. Interesting submission. It was kind of, I think it was kind of a given. I think with good eco, solid eco, keeping the opponent down, Zoldyck's focus was never on eco enough. And we have a look at the comparisons. Can we see those? Let's have a look. In terms of resources total, Zoldyck did gather more resources, so he got a decent resources score. The economy score, total score. Yeah, at that point that they crossed, Zoldyck was on the verge of catching him up, but then fell behind around that point, around the point of his expansion. Let's see if we could see when that military colony went up. I don't know if we'll actually be able to see it. Military colony could be one of those. I don't think it counts as, does it count as a CC? It does. Yeah, so yeah, almost identical from the point that that CC went up. His output, his scoring, his ability to inflict kills fell. So it looked like it could be a game changer. In the end, it played right to Warface's strength. His strength was a much better eco than Zoldyck had. So congratulations to Warface. Interesting little game, that one. A few takeaways from it. It's debatable whether the cav rush at the beginning forged a path for that game. I think Warface would have won faster if he'd have just focused on eco from the beginning. I think he would have been able to outproduce Zoldyck quite comprehensively by just focusing on that eco, and he would have probably won by default with a huge army with all the upgrades and knocked Zoldyck over. Zoldyck was intent on getting down the map, not sitting and defending. He gave it a go, but he stretched himself too thin, and in the end, Warface came good. I hope you enjoyed that one. I've had requests for more 1v1s, lower level games, so I'm hoping I'll get a few more of these. Submissions would be good for those. If you're somewhere between the 1100 and 1400, that's probably the territory we're looking at for sort of the 1v1s at the moment. People are coming up to me and saying that they are learning some of the basic skills and the mistakes to avoid and everything else from watching those types of games. So it would be great to get some more submissions of that ilk, especially if they're really good games. This one was a so-so game. It was more of it was a bit more tactical, less action orientated, apart from the first 5 minutes, which was all slaughter by horses. But yeah, it would be very interesting to see some lower level 1v1 games and see what's going on there. That's all we have time for in this episode. I will see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. Remember, you can now download the replay files for the 0AD matches that I cover if you want to view them yourself within the game via the 0AD Newbie Rush replay archive. Links to that and a whole bunch of other great 0AD related stuff are available in the video description, including how to submit your own game replays for inclusion in a future episode. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.